We're worried about misinformation coming out of AI in a number of different ways. Visual misinformation, in some ways, even more dangerous because it can be very convincing and people, they want to believe crazy things that work with their worldview. So to test how people who want to scam others might be able to do this, one man decided to do a little bit of an experiment in Midjourney, and he was actually banned for it, which might be the only good news here, maybe. This is Justin Brown who says, I got banned from Midjourney for generating realistic images of politicians cheating on their wives for a series called AI Will Revolutionize the Blackmail Industry. I think a lot of people are worried about exactly this sort of misinformation, both inside and out of politics. So here is how convincing it already is. Every one of these images is fake, if that's not clear from the title of the video, the label. That is Trump cheating with somebody. Mike Pence stepping out behind mother's back right there. You've even got Bernie Sanders. By the way, I love that they know Bernie's appeal with younger voters, so they instantly put a younger voter with him. Even Barack Obama there. And so once he started posting these on Reddit, that is when he was banned from the platform. So he doesn't know if he hadn't posted them on Reddit if he would have been banned. And these are already easy to produce. Now, are these super convincing? Should a rational person believe that these are true? Perhaps not. But you know how the internet is. People have believed far worse, far less evidence, and staked their entire worldview on it. So, Francesca, what do you think?
I mean, I have to.
That's what I think.
like the Bernie one, actually more disturbing than I thought. Like I love Bernie, but I don't want to see him kissing anybody like that and a naked woman, and she looked really young, and that was weird. It's like, I guess somehow, like Trump kissing a dude is actually far less disturbing than kissing a woman. Like maybe the power dynamic is a little more equal in that one, But I don't want to see any of these politicians making out with anybody, to be honest with you. And this definitely is on the cusp of deep fake porn, which absolutely should be outlawed. It is incredibly invasive of privacy. It is, and it should be banned. So we need more protections on all kinds of technology when it comes to, yes, faking someone doing something that they did not consent to. And AI really should be no different. We just do not have the legislative tools to actually combat this. We have to rely on something like Midjourney booting this person off. And now, I love the sentiment, bro. You can draw it. Like if you draw it, like this is not going to. I mean, you're free to use your artistic talent to do this. But in terms of this kind of stuff, it looks far too realistic. And I think it would fall and should fall in something like, deep fake porn, which we still don't have legislation around. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, I mean, these are obviously a little bit more tame than I think you're talking about, but that's arguably kind of what it is potentially.
Yeah.
And if you're not clear that it's fake, like it could be used to potentially blackmail people. And maybe politicians, some would be a little bit less worried about that, but what if it could do regular people? I'm very concerned about the rise of that sort of thing. When it comes to the politicians, though, the thing for me is we just talked earlier in the show, Michael Shore was interviewing people at a Trump rally, and every single one of them believes that it is already established truth that Joe Biden got $5 million from China or Ukraine or both. They're not really sure, but they believe both. If this image was spread on, like cat turd spread it or something, and Elon Musk likes it or whatever, they will all believe that it's true until the day they die. There will be nothing that you can do that will get them to not believe that it's true. These are some of the most gullible, ready to believe misinformation people in the history of our species. And I feel like this stuff is going to become so common. And not just attacking people like Bernie Sanders or whatever. Like, you don't think that Trump is gonna make images of Ron DeSantis kissing a guy and spread, or vice versa? Like the rabid homophobia on the right, I feel like is going to be weaponized, and not just in the future, in this race that we're in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think again, it's creepy and dangerous, and you don't have to be stupid. I mean, like you could just be a boomer. One time my mom relayed what she thought was like a video of a baby bear being rescued after falling down a whole waterfall escaping a cheetah. It was like a whole thing. And I'm like, Mom, that's not a viral video that someone just captured on screen. That's like the movie Bear. Remember, there's like an old movie. I was like, that was like a stunt coordinator with a bunch of like zoo kept little black bears.
Was the bear on cocaine?
Yeah, pretty much. No, but
there
was an old movie. Chat needs to back me up. There's an old movie about bear. I'm like, but my mom is not a dumb person.
You're thinking of The Great Outdoors, I think.
Pretty much. I once saw a man shoot a bear in the butt and then it exposed just an actual butt. Bears have like a little butt crack that looks human.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I saw it online. It's like, no, that's The Great Outdoors.
I saw a guy getting shot at and he dodged the bullets. It was sick.
He just bent backwards.
It was such a viral video that they played it in theaters. It was it really broke through. So yeah, you're right. But again, I think there's some crossover between some people who, because they came to technology later in life, don't necessarily have the same critical thinking apparatus or whatever. It's difficult to know. My grandfather, he never trusted online shopping because he was 80 when it came out. So he always believed it was a lie, it was a scam. So I get that. But then also you have millions of people, and not all of them are conservatives, who do not believe things because they go out there, they gather all the data, and then they come to a conclusion. They are a ball of wants. They want to believe things and they look for things that confirm it. They want to believe that Joe Biden is having gay affairs or whatever. They desperately wanted to believe it about Obama. And so they will readily accept this sort of stuff.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.